Welcome to another Creative Spin podcast, and on this episode, we talk cars. Actually, we talk trucks. I mean, a little bit of cars, a little bit of trucks, a little bit of everything. Sat down with Colin. We decided to sit down and just have that conversation that everybody's having about this Cybertruk. Everybody's talking about it. Some people love it. Some people hate it. We're going to give you guys our opinion, and we're also going to look at all of the marketing stuff that's going around this vehicle and how Elon Musk was able to spend basically $0. That's right, $0 on all of this marketing thing that's going on about this truck. And everybody's talking about it. It's crazy. It's insane. The guy's a genius. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for this episode. It's going to be a fun one. We talk a lot about what we want to do when we get our own Creative Spin Cybertruck, in which we are going to do all of our mobile podcasts in 2 years from now, probably. And yeah, so let's just get into the episode. Let's do this. Today's podcast is brought to you by Workplace One, a company offering boutique private offices, co-working spaces, and virtual office solutions, as well as meeting rooms in the best neighborhoods of Toronto and Kitchener-Waterloo. Ideal for entrepreneurs, companies, and passionate business people. Workplace One is where you want to be with your business. For more information, go over to workplaceone.com. Well, today we're going to be talking about a truck because everybody else is talking about a truck. I mean, this is just the thing, you know. The Cybertruk, man, like there's so many videos out there. There's so many things going on. So many people talking about it. And we've been talking about it. So this is our episode, our view, our opinion on what this Cybertruk from Tesla is all about. What was your first reaction, Colin?
Well, I mean, it's the truck that broke the internet, really. It's pretty, honestly, like sort of what we were talking about.
Did it ram the internet? Oh, the truck puns have to come in. I don't know.
But no, honestly, the first time I saw it, I was like, wait, what? Is this real?
You know what? So did I. I did the same thing. And I think everybody else did the same thing.
And I think that's exactly what they wanted. They
Right?
wanted it to be completely different than anything we'd ever seen. And so far from what's been happening since the release, it seems like it's working.
You know, people are, the internet is fierce. People are fast to jump onto their Twitters and start bashing right away.
Yeah.
Like it's the thing nowadays, you know. Nothing can come out that is a little bit different that can just live. No, it just has to be killed right away. So people jump on to Twitter and start criticizing things right away. But I think that was the whole intention. You're absolutely right. Like when this truck rolled up onto the stage and people, and you can tell they purposely panned onto the audience for a second, and you can tell people's faces are like, okay, just what? Is it a joke?
Exactly.
Is it the actual truck?
Yeah.
No, this must be it. It's like
the reaction was huge, but I think that it's exactly what needed to happen, especially with Tesla moving into this new segment of pickup trucks.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing that we when you look back at the pickup truck, they're all the same.
Yeah.
Technically, and that's what one of the things he actually mentioned on stage was. He put 3 pictures of 3 different trucks and he took out the logos. Yeah. And you know what? It actually worked because when he asked the question, do you know which one is which?
Yeah. Unless you're a huge fan, you don't know.
Exactly. Because I was looking at it. I'm like, I'm not a big pickup truck guy. So I'm looking at them. I think that looks like the Ford, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Because they all follow sort of the same blueprint, right? The engine in the front, then the diff, whatever.
And then here rolls in the Cybertruk, and we're like, what the heck is this?
It looks like a car that's supposed to be on Mars.
Well, my first thing was, I'm a big Back to the Future fan, so that was like, for me, it was a DeLorean on steroids, right?
Pretty much.
But I liked it, and I liked it. The kid inside of me liked it. The tech guy liked it. Then I'm thinking, you know, on an actual real life situation. Is this the right truck? Would I buy this truck if I needed a truck?
Yeah.
Then that started creeping in. I'm like, why wouldn't I? I mean, it's got, you know, it's durable, obviously. I mean, it can't take a ball of steel to the windows,
Not yet,
but
at
not
least.
yet, at least, right? And we'll get to that because
Yeah.
I honestly think that was a little bit of a marketing aspect to it. I don't know. Might be just me thinking here. But it's durable. It's economic. It's not that expensive. It's actually probably one of the lowest priced pickup truck.
And it offers so much more than most pickup trucks do.
So now
At
you're
that
like,
price
okay,
range.
hold on. So
Yeah.
it looks cool. It's something that I would probably, you know, love as a kid to have as a toy or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's like I'm a big kid, and that could be my big toy. And oh shit, it's useful and it's not expensive and it looks different.
And it's eco-friendly, which is huge in the 2019, 2020
I mean, the
market.
higher end of the Cybertruck is, I think they were talking about 500-mile range.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And 0 to 60 miles per hour in what?
And it was 2.9 seconds or something like that.
It's the regular Tesla speeds.
Which, wow, and apparently it can tow a lot more than any other.
14,000 pounds or something.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously us being a creative marketing company and all of that, we always have to look at the marketing side of things,
sure.
right? And this is why we decided, you know what? I know it's been out for a couple of weeks, but we need to talk about it. It's everybody's talking about it, and that's why we need to come in and talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that is just it.
Yeah.
And when we say he is Elon, he hasn't spent much money on marketing.
Apart from the initial launch.
Okay, he had to have a product to show.
And they use their own facilities, right?
Exactly.
So
and he put on the show.
Yeah.
But I'm saying after that, there's
$0.
been zero.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean. It's crazy.
What was that stat that you had brought up in terms of how many views this got, just for perspective?
Oh, we were watching a video, and I believe the video we were watching, the guy that did the video, he actually went on to YouTube and searched for the 25 most viewed videos that spoke about the Cybertruck and all of that, and it amounted to, I think it was 200 and something million views.
200 million.
Yeah.
In
views
a week.
In a week.
And under a week even.
So, and he said, and it's true, he only picked the first 25 most viewed videos. Now, how many other thousands of other videos of smaller channels but we're talking about thousands. When we start multiplying all of this, it's millions.
To put that in perspective, the Super Bowl has 103 million people watching it at the maximum.
That's insane.
And this guy, within 4 days, was able to double the view count for free.
For free.
Let's talk about that.
These are all people and agencies and news outlets and all of these people that are putting their own resources. Yes, news outlets need stories and they need to put news out and all that. I get that, but nonetheless, they're using their own audience. They're bringing in their audience. They're bringing in their equipment, their know-hows to put all of this information for them. Essentially, this is the best marketing scheme ever.
And like, as phenomenal as the view count is off of videos on YouTube, when you start to look at sort of like demographics, who is the main target for a pickup truck? It's people age 50 plus, predominantly male. And so when you start to look at it that way, who are the people that watch TV news stations? The older demographic, those 50 plus, women and men, but regardless. So not only is he capitalizing on the people that are already interested in it, so all the younger people that are on YouTube and whatnot, but you're also catching all those people that watch TV, because those companies now, all those news stations are like, shit, we need to get on this because this is news.
So this guy played his chess part perfectly, I think. He knows he is the face of Tesla. And in one of the articles we were reading, they made the question was, do you know the CEO? Who is the CEO of Mercedes or BMW or Audi? I would say most people would say no.
Yeah, to our viewers, if anyone knows,
without searching, don't Google, don't
give us a list of the top 5. Let's say Mercedes, Audi, Beamer. You know what? If you can name the CEO of any major car company, regardless of what it is, comment it below and I'll be impressed.
Yeah, I will be impressed as well, because I don't know. Unless you're a car fanatic, if you're somebody that really loves the car world and you're in there and you're searching, but I mean, that's next to nobody. So when we look at Elon, he is the face and he knows it, right? Yeah. And interestingly enough, I was reading a Medium article here that actually points out a couple of the 5, like they talk about 5 lessons, quote unquote, that you could learn from Elon Musk when it came to the Cybertruk. And number 1 on that list is build and leverage your own personal brand. Yeah. And that's what this guy does. Yeah. That's what it's like you said, he's on social media. He knows how to use it. Yeah. I mean, this guy, he's on Twitter all the time. Yeah. It's like an addiction going on there. Yeah. But he knows how to leverage that.
That's the thing, because I think because all major kind of like parts of any company now, CEOs, whatever, usually they are on Twitter, but their presence is what, like a couple thousand followers at max. And if anything, they retweet business, they retweet this, whatever. One of the things that I think really sticks out with Elon is like what you're saying is he understands internet culture, and he's using that culture. Yeah, he's using that in order to sort of like add wind to his sail.
Because to what you're saying, like all of these other CEOs, they're very, what we can call being very vanilla on like social. Conservative. They're very conservative. Yeah. They put out the news, the stats, this. They're very. He's like the complete polar opposite. He's like a celebrity. But his celebrity status kind of comes from this stuff too.
Oh, like 100%. He developed it himself.
So he's highly he just puts out whatever he wants. Yeah. And that's what makes this guy interesting. And that's why he has like this whole like almost a cult to Elon Musk or to Tesla, right? And this is what he's bringing in. So what's the next lesson he brings onto the table? Oh, I'm known. People love the stuff I put out. People follow me. So I'll be the one introducing this truck.
Exactly.
So he puts himself right up there. Is he the best speaker in the world? No.
Yeah.
I think this guy is way too smart, and his brain is going way too fast that his mouth can't even keep up with his brain.
And that's still, where he does like.
But he's got that charisma.
Exactly.
He gets on stage and people get it. Okay, that's Elon. Whatever. Like he's not the best speaker, but at least he's putting his face there.
And he's not scared to jump into all those different podcast situations where
he knows his stuff too, right?
Exactly.
Like he's not just the head of the company. He's there.
Yeah.
Like heart, soul, he's into the business, and from every aspect. I mean, he is known to be in the factory, walking around, doing everything, like
sleeping there.
Yeah, like this guy's insane when it comes to that, and it shows. Like he's comfortable talking about whatever he's doing, right?
Yeah.
And at this event, I mean, definitely he knew how to really gauge that little celebrity, let's put it, that little edge that he had over
definitely.
it. And then one other thing that we need to talk about is, so he does this, comes out with a crazy design, something way out of the box. Nobody was expecting it. So everybody's talking about it. And I think once he does this, the piece de résistance was, okay, you want to pre-order this thing? $100.
Yeah. Refundable.
Who the hell doesn't have $100, right?
And the best part about it is you get a nice little screen.
There you go. Talk to me a little bit about that. What have you seen, Colin?
It's the best thing ever. I know people that don't have more than a couple $100 in their accounts, but they posted to however many thousand followers they have, hey, I just ordered the Cybertruk. If you look at pretty much any YouTuber celebrity currently, everyone has ordered it one.
Yeah. And they post that image
on their story. Instantly that gives you that like, that prestige, that like coolness. And I think that's the smartest thing ever. And I think that other car companies, if they don't follow in his footsteps, then they're stupid. Because
and I think they're doing, I think the pickup truck market is doing one of these things. they're stepping back and laughing about it.
Yeah.
They're saying, look at this idiot. Look at that truck. That doesn't even look like a truck. The people who buy our trucks, they want muscle trucks. They want this. They've been used to this. Nobody's going to buy that.
Yeah.
So they're taking him for granted. And he's doing all these things. And I think that all these older guys, and when I say older guys, older companies, right, are looking at this and they're laughing about it. But I think Elon is going to be the one laughing at the end.
Oh, for sure.
Because you know what? What happens when you're used to having a pickup truck look the same way for the last 50, 60, 80 years?
Yeah.
People want to change.
Yeah.
We're living that moment now. The world is changing constantly on everything. I mean, we look at the way that our life is now compared to 10 years ago. 20 years ago, it's insane. I don't think we can even compare it anymore. Like even from technology like a phone, now we're looking at this disruption in car design and just the way, I mean, electric cars. When he came out with the electric car, he wasn't the first guy, but he was the one that actually, put some heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
And let's, like it or not, he was the guy that put electric vehicles in the market.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like, I think that a big part that people aren't understanding with this, where they're talking about, oh, it's going to fail. Oh, like he's not going to take over the market.
Again, all of the big guys were laughing at him going, you're crazy. You're insane. You're going to come into a market of billions of dollars with a car like that. And who's going to buy that? Where are you going to get, where are you going to charge your car? Yeah. Well, guess what? Now, fast forward, 10 years?
Yeah.
You've got Porsche, you've got BM, you've got all these other manufacturers building their own electric cars, and everybody's going to be building them.
Yeah.
They've already started.
They look cool. There's like a lot of competitors that even Ford, they released their Mustang Mach-E, right? It's an SUV Mustang that's 100% electric. But again, for example, their battery power, it's not as strong as Tesla's because Tesla's, like, their research has been going for so much longer.
Audi came out with the e-tron, right?
Yeah. And same thing goes, right? It's like your range isn't as good, your price is much higher, you don't have superchargers all over the country,
and you can't tell the difference between that's the one thing I have to say in terms of design. You can't tell really the difference between a fully electrical vehicle from Porsche or BM or Audi to a regular car.
Yeah.
While a Tesla is a Tesla. There's something to it. And he did it again now with the truck.
Yeah.
You can laugh about it. You can say you hate it. And I think that there's a lot of that. There's the people who hate it and the people who love it. Yeah. There's not a lot in between. But the bottom line is that this guy put out a product that you could... if you see this rolling down the highway, you're going to know.
And you're going to want to take a picture and post it on your social media.
Again, like this thing is going to keep on giving, man.
That's the thing. I can't wait for these cars to hit roads. Like, I am so excited because for the first time, like, I don't know if when you were younger, a lot of times, like, in all those, like, futuristic moments in movies, they would show all these cars that started to look like this.
Yeah.
They started to look like shit you couldn't even imagine, and it's becoming a reality. So I just can't wait for this to hit roads because other car companies are going to realize that people want this. People are starting to get more and more interested. And again, even with what is currently happening, this car is going to be out in 2021. Regardless of what happens, if Elon gets 1% of the current pickup market in North America, he's going to have $1.5 billion. That's 1%. By 2025, Forbes is expecting he'll be up to 4%, which is about $4.5 billion. That's why, like, when you're looking at this market specifically, it's not about taking it over. It's not that within 3-5 years Ford is going to be out of business from selling. No.
We're not talking about that. I mean, that goes back to anything. A lot of people see innovation as being, oh, this is a new thing. It's going to kill the old thing. Probably, eventually, down the road in many years, yes. But I also believe that all these other car companies are gonna, step up and start doing.
Oh, for sure, they're gonna compete.
They've done now with the, that's what they've done now with the electrical side of things. They let him go and see what let him taste the waters, let him go through all the ups and downs, and then we're going to see if it's worth it or not for us. They obviously saw, okay, this guy isn't joking. He's gonna do something real with this, so let's jump in and not lose the market. And that goes with anything, right? But what he's doing is strategy when it comes to selling. Like, this guy's a genius. He is selling first and building later.
Yeah, like he just gained what? He's now sold over 250,000.
Yeah, it's about that.
Which is about $100 USD per order.
Do the math.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got enough to start production. And mind you, he is only planning on starting production in 2021, at the end of 2021. So that gives him an almost 2-year span of getting more money in.
Exactly. And innovating a cheaper way to build this same truck.
So he essentially said, I have an idea. I want to build a truck. Yeah. Let's build a truck. Let's build one, or let's say a few prototypes, obviously. But they're just focusing on the prototypes. They're not focusing on production, mass production, or anything about this. And it's like you're saying, from now until the moment they actually start producing it, if this already looks like a kick-ass vehicle, in 2 years from now, when he starts putting in the bells and whistles that he can add on to this thing, a lot of people were talking about the dashboard inside. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, the marble. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Honestly, I think that is just there as a temporary thing.
Oh,
That's
for sure.
my take on it. I think that you're going to see when these things start rolling out in production, there's going to be some sort of futuristic dashboard.
I mean, if you look at Teslas now, right? Like the interiors for a car that isn't a luxury car, their interiors are pretty nice.
They're pretty nice, crisp, clean.
And so I think that
the marble, really? Marble?
I mean, I think that they might have just put in there. I don't know if that'll stay. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I think that they still have to adapt to who their clientele is, because it doesn't make sense for people that are, for Tesla owners especially. I don't know exactly what the demographic specifics are, but I don't think marble is a top factor for anybody buying a Tesla. I think you're buying a Tesla more for the cool 2020 idea versus marble kitchens. That's what I think.
And that's what he's going for too. Yeah. He knows it. He understands the market. He understands what's out there now. And think about this. I mean, we're looking, let's just say, I know he's going to start production in 2021, but realistically, you're going to start seeing these things rolling around town in probably 5 years, 4 to 5 years, right? Because, obviously production, he won't be able to, look at the demand here, right? It's going to be spread out. So,
well, what I think is going to happen is that all these big time influencers, they're going to, if he can find a way, I would give it all to them first. I'd give it
and I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen.
And it's just going to be the same thing that happened with Mercedes, Rolls-Royce, Lamborghini. It's, if you see your influencer buddy that you love driving one, you're going to want one even more.
But the difference is that you don't have to dish out $200,000 for the car.
It's $50K and you're good to go.
Which 50K is still $50K, but when you're looking at a vehicle, a car, it's not that expensive. Yes, there are, you can get cheaper cars and all of that. But I'm talking, if you're in the market for a car, and if you want to get either a SUV or whatever it may be, you're already looking at that range more or less, anywhere between the 30 and the 50K. So this fits right there.
Yeah. And all the people that are talking about the idea of, but I don't even want a pickup truck. I don't drive pickup trucks. I don't need a pickup truck. People are still buying it.
Because they're going to be the cool kid in the block.
Exactly. And I mean, it's pretty sweet. I don't know if you've seen in the back, usually when you buy a pickup truck, you have to buy an additional bed cover.
I know, so it just rolls.
Yeah, this one comes down. So you basically have another 1,000 cubic feet of space. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and apparently what he mentioned was that will actually be solar.
That's what they're saying.
A solar panel thing?
Potentially.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's the way to go. You have an electrical car. Yeah. If you can slap on some panels up there and get even if it's just a little bit of a charge. While you're driving around town, you're driving around for an hour. You leave it parked outside.
That's the thing. Most people don't park in garages, right?
Even if you get 5% more of a charge in your car. Listen, it's an extra $20K that you can drive. Yeah. Why not, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, would you buy one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've sort of told myself I am the biggest fan of gas powered cars. I've driven a stick shift since I was 10 years old. I love the feeling.
Potentially, right? Because you don't have a license at 10 years old, right?
Yeah, on side roads.
Potentially.
Yeah, don't look into that too much. But I love cars. I've loved combustion engines forever. I love working on them, everything. But I told myself, I think my next car is going to be a Tesla.
Yeah.
Just because they're so friggin' cool.
Yeah.
And I think that that's one of the biggest factors that so far Tesla has been able to keep, like everything from being able to watch Netflix while you're charging your car to letting it drive on its own to having that 2.7 second 0 to 100 kilometers an hour speed.
That's insane.
Like that's it pretty much ticks off all the boxes. Even like the new Model 3 performance version, which is only like, I don't know, 5-10 grand more. That supposedly like corners better than a BMW M3.
That's insane.
It's like, so you're getting a sports car for like 50 to 55,000 that does everything you've wanted, has the newest of tech, and has a cool factor. And on top of that, you only have to pay like $1.50 a day for electricity.
And listen, and it's that
Like,
cool factor that's kind of driving the whole business on Tesla's side.
Yeah.
My son, he's 9 years old.
Yeah.
We were looking into getting a new car, and he's like, "Why don't you get a Tesla?" I'm like, "Hey, listen, buddy.
Yeah.
The moment you start working here, but this is where it's going. He's 9 years old, and his car, his choice.
Yeah.
He didn't say Porsche, Lambo. No, he said a Tesla.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a big factor in future sales is the newer generation, the kids that still don't have a license, that will have it in 5 to 10 years. They are much more aware of climate issues, of all of these problems that we're having in the world, and that, electrical cars help out.
Yeah.
And they want an electrical car. They just and it looks cool. And why not, right?
I mean, I definitely, just touching back to what we had been saying, that other manufacturers are going to start to come back. I think it's beneficial because monopolies suck. If Tesla takes over, then we're all done because Elon is going to figure out a way to give us all internet, track us, everything, whatever. I think it's really good that other companies, like when I saw the Mach-E presentation, was funnily enough, Ford launched the Mach-E Mustang on SpaceX grounds in almost the exact same building that the Tesla Cybertruk like 3 weeks later presented. It's like, come on, Ford, you could have done something better. But even
there are more
that car,
spaces available.
like it's cool. It looks like a Tesla, but you get the comfort of a Ford.
But you just said it. It looks like a Tesla.
Yeah.
So that's where I think they have now the advantage is that they've been able to disrupt the market in a visual sense that now, no matter what the other dudes do, it's like, oh, you're going to look like a Tesla.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Get it?
But what my point about that is it has Tesla aspects, but it also has what everybody knows and loves from their Ford Edge, from their Ford Escape, from their Ford Transit, whatever. If you're a Ford guy, you're ready.
But it sucks to have another name attached to your brand, man. It's
that for sure.
I'm looking at the cell phone, right? When Apple, 10 years ago came out with the iPhone, everybody laughed at the iPhone, but now all of a sudden every single damn phone that comes out looks like the iPhone. And now, obviously they haven't been innovating the same way as they innovated back then when they came out with the original iPhone. But my bottom line is that for how many years, and I think even up until today, you still get any phone that comes out is compared to the iPhone.
Yeah.
Anything. Samsung comes out, is it comparable to the iPhone 11? Is it compared to the, and that sucks for every other brand other than iPhone, because all of a sudden when somebody's reviewing your phone, reviewing your car, and referring back to another company, that company's getting some marketing value right there.
Definitely, but at the same time, I think that it could affect Tesla negatively if someone looks at Ford, like the Mach-E, and is like, oh, they have the same this, but one thing that, for example, Ford has, it has the regular cluster, gauge cluster, which is something that most Tesla owners say that they wish they had in their cars. So one benefit of having any car company follow in Tesla's footsteps is Tesla has had it the hardest. They had to literally like part the sea themselves. And now everyone else is like, oh, shit, there's a path. So let's go. Let's hop in. And so people are getting in. And so for them, it's much easier because Tesla laid down all the groundwork and everyone's like, okay, we know what we're doing now. So we just need to follow and
Yeah,
sweet.
they just let them do the hard work. That's
and
the
so
bottom
for
line.
that, like, I think that might affect Tesla in the sense that other car companies are going to be trying to kind of copy and then outdo.
Yeah.
So whatever Tesla's doing, but that's been the car industry for the past 50 years. Any new car that comes out, if you look at most cars on the streets now, all the tail lights are the like inverted C's.
Yeah,
that
they all look the same.
everything's
Everybody's
identical,
copying
right?
everybody.
So
They-
in
minor
that sense,
changes,
it's like, it's understandable. People want change, but don't want it entirely, whatever. I don't know. I'm just...
Okay, so I guess the vote here is Colin votes for a yes. He will possibly try and attempt to get that car.
If not the Cybertruk, Model 3, for
Okay.
sure.
And my next one,
Yeah.
for sure. So, I mean, I like it. I like it too.
Yeah.
It grew on me.
It's cool.
I'm not going to lie. When I saw it, I'm like, whoa. But then I like it.
Like, I want one. And that's it.
We'll just slap the Creative Spin Podcast logo to it and we're good to go.
Exactly.
All right. I think that's it for the... Let's not give Tesla more airtime.
Yeah, Tesla will invoice you for this one.
Just send those over one of the cars or the trucks. We're good. Thank you, Colin, for being here.
Thank you.
And we're going to be back afterwards for another conversation. I just want to make sure, I don't know if we're still recording on these guys. I know we're recording on that one, so I'm going to look at that one. So, guys, leave your comments below in terms of the Tesla and what you think about the Cybertruck, what you think about the company itself. I mean, I would love to know your opinion as well. The other thing is changes are coming. We're doing some little changes to the Creative 7, the Creative Spin podcast, and the Creative 7 channel as well. So stay tuned to that. I just want to throw in a little bit of a teaser there, but stay tuned for a lot of changes that are going to be happening, especially starting in January. I'm excited for that stuff. Things have been going quite interesting with our podcast. So. It's definitely been growing, and we're definitely going to keep feeding the little baby.
100%.
And letting it grow. Just let it grow. All right, guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one.